7:07 and a quorum present on July 9th, 2025. Being recorded by Middleboro Community Cable Access Media. No one else is recording, I don't believe.
No.
Okay, we will start the meeting with unanticipated items. Anything unanticipated? Going once.
Not for me.
So, huh? Okay.
I got that right there if you want.
Okay.
Chief.
We'll accept the minutes for the May 14th, 2025 meeting.
I'll vote to accept them.
I'll second it. I read them this afternoon.
You a second?
I did, yep.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, Secretary?
Yeah.
Old business, river conditions and maintenance needs for the Pond River and Fish Report.
John Shepard sent around his request for account data, which I sent back to him today. I sent the 2025 count numbers and the explanation that we talked about last time about the fish coming back through the ladder, and explained that we cut off counting on May 2nd, as that was the last date that I could reasonably assume we were getting accurate upstream counts. And I also, I asked, I haven't got an answer back yet, but asked if other runs had fish that come back through their ladders. I imagine there must be, because not everybody has a dam like we do that they can just easily fall over.
Yeah.
And how they handle that. So John may have some information or ideas about that.
I never thought about that. We do have a secondary way for the fish to leave. A lot of people don't.
It's always been the primary way. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, getting out has never been a problem.
John's with the Marine Fisheries?
John
John Shepard,
Southeast region.
John Shepard from Marine Fishery. He's the one that coordinates all the count data and sends out the estimates for each of the runs.
I know, I just want to make sure I recorded where you.
The pond was high. It's getting lower. The rain yesterday and what we're supposed to get tomorrow may bring it up again, but it's about an inch below the boards at the Assawamsett Dam right now. The river is dropping a bit, but still better than it was during the springtime.
Yeah, it's got
Very
one.
unusual, yeah.
The pond didn't come up from that rain last night. I haven't had a chance to look at it.
I didn't go out there today. I don't know.
But just looking at my shoreline, maybe tomorrow it might come up, but
Yeah, I got about 1.25 inches out of it. They were
Okay.
forecasting everything up to 4 inches. I didn't know what was going to
It's
happen.
very spotty.
Yeah.
The
they
rain
just
coming
had it
out.
on
I mean, it could be
on
right
the-
across the street, like anything.
you. Yep,
yes.
yep.
Yesterday afternoon, I was working, and it was like, it was raining over there and bright sunshine over here.
I drove through the sunshine with the windshield wiper was going.
And then it popped up again, there'd be another little rain over there, and over here it's sunny now. But it's not like a cloud was moving across. It was like, it's raining here, now it's not. It's raining there, now it's not.
It is different.
As far as the fish reports, I still haven't seen any big schools of herring. Earlier in the year, I saw some herring coming into the pond and they're heading from the dam up to spawn, but I haven't seen much fry at all.
Yeah, I'd say I saw one, what I'd call a decent ribbon of fry swimming along, but other than that, it's just been small schools.
We had plenty of water to get out this year, too.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with them getting out. I've talked to people up by the dam who've said they've seen, plenty of herring fry coming down the ladder and down into the river.
Yeah, Mrs. Freitas talks about,
Yeah.
she's seen a lot of that.
Okay, river work. Anything we need to do this summer?
Nothing
I mean, there
more,
are a lot of things we need to do.
nothing more than we haven't had to do for the last several years.
Yeah. See, I haven't been to the ladder in a while. Now it's all choked up.
Well, I went a week ago or so, and it is choked up, but there's still a lot of water flowing through it because Ron pulled all the boards. But yeah, it's closed in as it does but there's more water in it this year than years past. Years past, it's just been entirely vegetation out in front of the run. At least I can still see some water there.
I've had all the boards a couple of years ago. That's when all the boards ended up, that the house was pulled every board in the whole thing, and you could walk the whole thing. It was dry. You know, it was easy to clean up.
There's still water going through it.
I meant to ask, would it be easier to just raise up the boards and like put a brick underneath them rather than yank all the boards out and then have to put them all back in again?
Yeah, could do that. Could do that. Definitely.
Doesn't allow anything, any critters
To go in
there.
there.
Move around.
Good idea.
And still get some flow when it rains into it and so forth, and water doesn't get trapped.
Yeah, because that's what happened in the winter, and that's what happened 2 summers ago.
Yeah, and
Things were getting trapped. I was getting phone calls.
Somebody calls up, oh, there's
yeah.
turtles, there's frogs.
Yeah, I got all the calls. I had to travel home and save the critters.
And we appreciate it.
So did the turtles and fish and frogs and crawdads. Where are they when we have our meetings and ask to have people join? They got all these opinions and tell us what they need doing, but they don't want to join and help.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with a volunteer organization?
All volunteer organizations, unfortunately.
After the project is done, there's always somebody that comes along that could have done it quicker, cheaper, easier, faster.
No, well, but we did have such a huge group. We used to fill this room, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But that's, of course, when we were selling permits and people were more
Oh, that's
interested.
right.
There were a lot more
Right.
activities in terms
Permits
of
and,
going, getting assigned a few hours to get down there and talk to people, and, you know,
Yeah, you need
it was a social thing along
Right.
with work,
Yeah.
you know,
a lot
but-
more
but,
activity.
yeah. I guess we're the ones that care about the fish.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Move on to number 2. Project updates. Wareham Street DPW site.
Rumor has it they're starting, they've got the designs for the skate park. They're going to be taking down the old DPW building and starting construction
Oh,
this late summer and into the fall.
good. They're doing the whole building?
Yeah, as far as I know, they're taking the whole...
I know
they-
there's discussion about people want to save the back half of that because it has kind of, it used to be a car dealership from way back when.
Have you seen the power plant? The power plant? They've stripped it all out.
Yeah, they had a permit to enlarge or do something
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
I see they were getting ready to do stuff.
Yeah, it was totally
Trapped in-
totally gutted inside. I mean, you could look through the window and see
Yeah.
all the way through,
Now
so
it's
the only
trapped in
thing they're
plastic.
keeping is that
Oh, really?
historic
It's the
facade.
square,
Oh, it's huge.
the square and the filled-in tunnel underneath it.
Yeah, they were doing excavation. Now they have a bulletin, a picture of the,
Well, I wonder how much, if they're doing excavation, I wonder how much of the old electric producing
right.
equipment that was
generation.
still under
Yeah,
the
I
building.
wondered, Yeah.
Be interesting, yeah.
But yeah, they gutted the whole building and wrapped it in plastic and, you drive by there, they've been doing a lot of work on Wareham Street. And they've been avoiding using it, and I drive by with it, holy mackerel, they gutted the whole building. Impressive. And you think about all that work and now the DPW side on the other side. As I told Dave, at least we're not in the middle of the herring run, we don't
Yeah. Yeah.
deal with it.
But that's the truth, wow.
Good, they really moved along that park, I'm surprised, I'm glad too. Okay. B, the APC update.
Okay. Oh, 2 things to report. First, we had the dam meeting on the day before, June 10th, and what Taunton had done is they had put boards into the pond to raise it, to keep the level up. They're very afraid of drought again this year. And what they did, they opened up 2 boards, I believe it was in Bay 1 and 2, to give us 4 inches of flow, more water into the river. At the dam meeting, the pond level was at 53.12 inches, which is still high. I believe their normal summertime level is 52.82, so the pond has come down since then. So they're probably right at or below their summertime level. So that meeting was on June 10th. On June 11th, the APC had their quarterly meeting. Basically a real synopsis of it. Everything's going good with the pond complex. Now that we have Dave working there, it's not a problem. This has problems with the ATVs and horses. Let me see. From Serpide, the update on Serpide, the Upper Nemasket channel restoration permits, they're working on that. They hope to have them, at least more information by November. All right, they need fundraising for the sedimentation project. They assume, they're estimating it's gonna cost $3 to $4 million to remove that sedimentation. But I'll go just real quick. Pond monitoring levels. You know, they're still working on, Serpide's working on pond monitoring levels for water quality from Long Pond flowing into Assawamsett for the Taunton Water Department. They're still talking about the Snake River culvert, and they need to do some hydrological monitoring for that.
I know something weird about that culvert. It's smaller on the Assawamsett end than it is in Long Pond end, so kind of, it's smaller. Instead of being, 3 feet by 3 feet, it's whatever it is, but it's.
It was put in to drain the water from the pond towards the river.
By doing that, it'll only go one way?
No, it'll go both ways, but it's only one purpose. They didn't care about an opening on the Assawamsett side.
It still restricts it.
The truth be told, and I finally told Serpide about it, is when that culvert was put in, most culverts are level from one pond to the other.
Yeah,
Well, it's higher on the Long Pond side than it is on the Lakeville side. And going to the Long Pond side, we removed some riprap one time. We went out there, and was it 2016,
Oh,
Dave?
God, years ago.
Yeah, 2016 with Bill from the Water Department.
Bill and Brad Chase was there, yeah.
From Marine Fisheries. And the scoop is, years ago, one of the men that was on Fish and Wildlife was a tournament fisherman, a bass fisherman. They had a lot of tournaments on Long Pond. So in order to keep the water in Long Pond, the culvert, if this is the Assawamsett side and this is the Snake River side, it's higher, and they had a lot of riprap put in front of it to keep water from draining, which in 2016 we removed a little of the riprap. And it goes downhill like this. That's why when you go by there, the Snake River, and you look, Long Pond looks so much higher than Assawamsett, and it is. But the culvert is designed wrong. I finally told them it's for all their studies. Hopefully they'll look into that. All right. What else? No, I guess that'll be the next topic that I have there. That's brief. I don't want to go into everything, but
okay, thank you, appreciate that.
okay. It was for those 2 meetings.
Okay. C,
Oh, 1 second. Question, you're saying they're calling it the channel restoration. Are they agreeing that that's a canal and not the original riverbed? When they say restoration to what? Restoring what? I mean, I know taking the sand out, that's a given. Are they acknowledging that that's man-made?
Yes, they understand that.
Okay.
And I don't want to go into everything on Serpide. One of their plans is to enlarge the dam.
Oh, I know that.
Right, from 50 feet to 100 feet to 175 feet.
I know they want to change
I
that.
won't even discuss that.
Yeah.
Okay. Echo Harvested Weed Removal Project. I was contacted by Maria Gabriel, who works for Nature Conservancy, and we brought it up, I believe, last year. She has a donor that is willing to donate money for us for another weed removal project. I know we voted before, and Dave was adamant that we wanted other people to do it. Since then, no one has stepped up to do it. The only way we're gonna get it done is if we get the funding and we do all the work ourselves. So she's, I got a phone call from her yesterday. She's gonna donate the same amount of money as we had last year, $35,000. That's what we had last year. And we were able to get 5 days. So the first thing we have to vote on is number one, do you want to do another weed removal project?
35,000 or 3,500?
35,000. That's for the Echo Harvester daily rate. That's for John Crane's daily rate. So it came out to, I don't have the exact
Yeah,
figures with
but
me.
that's in round figures, that's appropriate.
We came in under the budget. We came in under the $35,000, which we will
Say we
this
should
year.
have, yeah.
You know,
My question is, now, is this through Serped? Does anybody have, is there an organization name or something that is involved with this?
I will clarify that at the next meeting. but
Because the
Maria
heartache
Gabriel-
I have is, we agreed that this was a demonstration to prove that it could be done, okay? And we've been wanting responsible parties. Serped should have been the responsible party because they're southeast region, et cetera,
Yes.
for the betterment of the towns and so on. They didn't pick it up and run with it. They just want to find people to throw money at it, and yet they have it as like part of their grand plan of making things better. And it's one that this commission and everybody in it spent a lot of time and energy making it happen. And I resent the fact that the commission doesn't get the credit due. Long Pond was done on the back of what we did.
Yep.
And we got no help from anybody, you know, so I have problems with how it's working out, because that permit isn't gonna last forever. The only thing that it could be made into is a maintenance plan, but a maintenance plan shouldn't be on our backs.
Well, hopefully, when they do this channel restoration, that'll incorporate a maintenance plan, when and if.
Well, that's what this thing should have been turned into long before now, but nobody's picked it up. They just keep dumping it in our lap, dumping it in our lap. Needs doing. I'd be the first one to agree it needs doing. Need more of it, but,
We understand that.
you know,
I spoke up last year finally because they did 3 weed removal projects on Long Pond. They did nothing in the river,
mhm.
and supposedly we were funded for that. This right here is coming from Nature Conservancy.
Okay.
Right,
And Nature Conservancy does a lot of work with Serpent, but this is from Maria Gabriel that has a private donor
Okay.
that donated some money for this.
Okay.
And I understand the sentiment and feelings, but having nothing done, and after last year's project, which I really truly believe, we still have good flow in that river.
We do. We
From
still
down
see sand.
Right. The only way, because no one has taken it over, if we don't do it, we're gonna have more fish kills and whatever. So it
It's
is.
gonna happen anyways. Our permit's gonna run out, and then there'll be nothing. And
I know.
that's the point I'm making. Are we putting a Band-Aid on something that needs to be addressed sooner? I mean, just let it run out and then wait, then what happens? You know,
Then the river clogs up with reeds.
that's
and
what I'm getting at,
Then all
yeah.
our fry die.
But are we contributing to that, is what I'm saying, by not forcing some agency to get involved in taking care of this stuff?
Well, it makes sense, so maybe we should go along with this year coming up, because there's no agency lined up yet, but we should tell them, you know, we can't be doing this all the time, this is probably our last time, our permits are gonna expire, we need someone else to come up with a maintenance plan, now that the, you know, river's been cleaned up.
Well, the
a little
maintenance
bit.
plan could be made off of what we got, because we've checked all the boxes, we did all the studies, we did all the hard work.
Yes.
What's there right now could be converted to a maintenance plan, but we shouldn't have it because it would be, this commission would be looking for money all the time. We don't get funded by the town.
And we don't,
Okay.
we're not in charge of the river.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to
Yeah,
make.
right.
But the attitude seems to be that's what we do, and that's
Right.
not.
That's because we're
You know.
putting our feet in the water and doing it.
I know.
It really is.
I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Tom's getting older. Everybody's getting older. I mean,
This isn't a permanent solution.
No, it's not, but I still think we should go for it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say, let's not do it because it's not permanent, I say, let's try to get it permanent, let's get this goal. If we can find someone,
But finding someone, would that be something Brad Chase at Marine Fisheries, not that Marine Fisheries may want to do it, but if somebody's going to get paid to do it, would he be a resource to find out who would set this up on a more maintenance basis, a more permanent basis? I don't know who
if
would
they were
find that.
interested, they could have taken it on way
The
back
only-
when. That's the issue.
The only time he got involved was 2016, when the water level was extremely low, and he brought down an excavator. And down at where the first turn of the river is, where that bend is, that was all sand. So he went out there, and they took an excavator and they made a little channel. Ed, his number one.
Well, also-
Certainly, he has an interest in the
Right.
river, but like Tom said, when they brought the excavator down, the law says that they can do projects on an emergency basis and things
Mhm.
like that, but
But
they-
when he knows someone. who
And this
could
was on an
step in.
emergency basis, that, again, it was better to
I mean, we can
ask
certainly.
forgiveness and permission, that they
Well, we
did
can-
it and they.
Well, they
put
had
up
to
with
file,
something.
they filed an
They had-
emergency
they had
paperwork.
the-
But
they had the
also
right
came- wait a minute,
paperwork.
They did come down and help pull weeds right
Yeah,
above the
right,
ladder
right.
too.
Yeah,
So, you know,
Right,
so
that
they've
was
gotten
not that long
involved,
ago.
but they've gotten involved with what few people they have and a little bit of time they
Yeah.
have.
They don't
They,
have
they
the
lost their
manpower
staff.
to do it.
Because they really need somebody to kind of just monitor, you know, the eco-harvester team, really. I mean, we did some work, but the majority of work is being done by the eco-harvester team.
Correct.
And you want someone there just to monitor it or go through the weeds.
Well, we
It
have
wouldn't be
John
like a whole
Crane
big
too.
team. I mean, you know, I know
The-
replacing us
The basic
is a
thing
lot of
is,
work.
and even though, and again, we have to be realistic about this, because that area that we cleared up was full of vegetation.
Right,
And we all know that the seed pods drop down and they're viral for X amount of years.
mhm,
So now that we've opened that up, there's still gonna be, this is something that does require a maintenance program
okay.
every couple of years to be
And
done.
I'd like to-
Let's
I would
start-
really
let's
like-
just do what,
We,
if you, okay.
I understand what we're doing, but we're doing, I mean, for twice now, we've done the same stretch. And to me, that's just throwing good money after bad. We've shown it can be done, but doing 1 mile isn't solving the problem. If we're gonna get money from somebody and do another eco-harvester project, I'd like to see it expanded and, you know, use some of the money fine for the eco-harvester, some of the money for whatever permit we need to extend it further down. And instead of doing just from here to here,
Correct.
you know, 3 or 4 times in a row,
The river needs to be done.
do
yeah.
it further up or do it further down.
Well, last year, what we did, we expanded on it.
Yeah.
Instead of doing this stretch right here, we added down
To the railroad
Yeah.
bridge.
to the railroad bridge. So we
Yeah.
did a much bigger stretch, and in doing that too, we opened up Fall Brook, which flowed, and they took a ton of weeds out of the Fall Brook area.
Mm.
Where the Fall Brook comes in, they went in there up 200 feet.
Okay. Yeah, because they used to run the canoe races.
I was thinking- I was
You
thinking-
can't get a canoe through
I was
there
thinking
now.
Fall Brook came in further down than the railroad bridge.
It's down by, it's upriver from Old Bridge Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This little ways.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
okay,
up from the
okay, yeah,
cranberry
yeah,
plant.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's up
yeah,
from the
yeah.
cranberry
But
plant.
Yeah.
the major point that we want to vote on right now
Yeah.
is, are we willing to do another project, yes or no? And if we're willing to do it, will we accept the $35,000?
Really like to,
Can we accept?
well, I'm wondering,
Yeah, I guess it could go into a donation account.
Well, we're not,
Yeah.
the money is put up, they will pay
they just pay the
John
bills.
Crane, they will pay everyone, they're not,
Not
so,
using
so
us.
so they're not gonna.
Okay, they're writing
they're
the
not gonna
check,
put- They're
okay.
writing the check, they're not
Okay.
gonna put it in our
Question,
account
question.
like last time.
Could that money be used to provide access at Wareham Street, now that they're doing the park, could we get a ramp built so that that boat could go in at Wareham Street, and then you could go all the way up?
Right, well, again, we have to, let's just talk about the money, then I'll talk about the project, what I wanna do. I wanna do Wareham Street this year, okay, but first thing we gotta do we wanna do the project, yes or no? Second, will we accept the money? Then I'll talk about, we can discuss what areas,
What can we
different
do off
areas.
that permit?
'Cause, right, I wanna do Wareham Street this year, from Wareham Street
And
up,
it's,
but we
and it's
need,
probably even more important to go all the way up to the dam, you know, from,
from the, okay,
From Vine Street up, it doesn't go, it's more sand after a certain way. The weed is really the first, maybe 20 yards.
well,
Yeah.
from Vaughn Street up around the corner. But anyway, let's just stick to
Yeah.
this. We need to take a vote, do we wanna do the project, yes or no? Do we have any more
Okay,
discussion
well,
on it?
what you're saying, you have an idea what the project is, you want us to vote on something without telling us what you want to propose.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna do
no,
another weed removal project. I
Yeah,
would like to, this time, start from Wareham Street and go up. And again, it's gonna involve access and this and that. Can we
well,
get, can we get across the street where the public housing is and access it there? Or there's a gentleman that lives there. Could we use his property to get
well,
vehicles?
there's the sewer line goes through there, so there's a town way right through
Easement.
there. Easement, yeah, so there is a
Right.
town easement there already.
And also, excuse me, but with the DPW being torn down, can we work with the town and Middleborough Conservation saying, there's a project we want to do here, can you guys just plow out a section right here, just give us a ramp?
Well, that was what I was getting at, but if you can access from the other side. Joe Freitas used to say there was a big boat that used to, not the maybe even the paddle wheel, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so
But it used to be a
that's
boat that used to, maybe that's where they picked up passengers, on the other side. So it's got to be closer to the river there. I don't know
Yep.
how.
Right.
Okay, so,
Yeah, I like that
Right, but
idea.
I would like to start from Wareham Street up.
Yeah,
And possibly, a day, we don't know how much that's gonna entail and how much weeds is there. I mean, look at the top 5 herring run or whatever.
that goes up as far as the old Riverside, Boston Town, and
Right,
yeah.
Blackstock, because 28 right there that you can't get under.
Okay,
That's a good stretch.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a good switch. And
Yeah,
then,
we work in conjunction with the town, getting rid of all the other weeds that Wareham Street, they see, work being done now, they can do some of this. Okay.
Understanding of whatever hoops you had to jump through to get the permit extended from the end down
Right, you
to
have
Bridge
to put it
Street.
in
You're gonna have
file
to
on
You're
jump
gonna have to do that same hoop.
correct.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Well, we've had it done twice already without any issues or problems, so we'll probably have to, do the work for it, but I don't think there should be anyone saying, no, it didn't work out good, we don't want you doing this.
Yeah, I don't know what they filed environmentally for that section when they set up the park thing. I don't know, I don't think there'll be any clash there because we've already gone through the endangered species crap.
Right.
and
Right,
everything.
it's just adding a different area.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect there to be a problem,
Yeah.
just to
Nothing's different.
keep people aware that it's an extension, so we'd have
Yes.
to
What I'd really like,
amend the permits.
what I was gonna say is when I went up and sat with Misty at the environmental thing, she had put in writing about using herbicide and, because of the motion of the river, et cetera, it didn't seem like that was a very smart thing. But apparently, the stuff they're talking about is very short-lived.
DCR is using it in moving rivers, so
That's what I'm getting at. I would love to see that
I'd
being
love
used.
to. I've always been a proponent of using that Priscilla core.
I just don't know about the habitat stuff, because they're talking about we couldn't do the banks because of the turtle and so on and so forth.
Things you feed Middleboro's wells too, aren't you?
It's short-lived. That's not an issue.
They say it's safe, but,
Yeah.
Okay.
but right now, we're discussing an eco harvest
Yeah, okay.
project.
Let's,
You wanna make a
discussion
motion?
about just, this is just gonna be for just accept the money to,
I want to make a motion, first of all. Are we willing to do another weed removal project, yes or no? That's got to be the first thing. Because if we're not willing to do it, we won't take the money, right?
okay? All right,
So
let's have a vote.
that's the motion.
Well, I'm just unwilling to do the same damn spot over again.
No,
Yeah, right.
we're going to do I'm gonna try to do a different spot from Wareham Street up.
Make that part of your motion, so that
Okay.
we're voting for the project for that money and not just
Section of river.
open-ended.
For a new section of river from Wareham Street upward, heading south, right?
Yep,
Upstream.
From Wareham
Yeah,
Street
right.
headed south.
yep.
And then
Upstream,
to do the other area. We're not gonna have enough water this year, it doesn't appear, because the Echo harvester will get stuck in the sand, the sedimentation. That we can put it in the top of the dam, but they can't make it through the sedimentation.
Right, yeah.
So until that's removed, we can't do from the dam down to Bond Street. And we can't access the Echo harvester from Bond Street to go up to the
Wait,
dam.
is it we can't under current circumstances, or would Taunton be willing to give us some water for 2 days, 2 days
They haven't
stretch?
built the dam for 2 days. Well, in August,
2, 3 days, whatever.
Again, so worries about that.
Possibility.
But at least going, and we don't know how bad, well, Wareham Street, we know right there, that whole area, God.
Yeah, I have no heartburn about doing Wareham Street further
Okay,
up.
from Wareham Street up, so is
right,
that?
Tom?
is
Yeah,
that
yeah, oh, yeah,
satisfy the
yeah,
motion?
that's, yeah, the point is
Yes.
what we're agreeing to,
Yes.
not just weeds, but the
The area.
project, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that new area,
Yep,
and to do a little maintenance on the other area,
So I would
if
second
they
that
can do
motion.
that, yeah.
Okay.
okay?
Second motion to plan an eco harvester project from Wareham Street upstream.
So, yes, upstream.
Okay.
Yep.
We have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Well, it's unanimous.
Can we make motions now and then discuss the motion?
I know, get it in the right order.
So now the next thing that we've accepted that, are we willing to accept the $35,000 from Nature
Well,
Conservancy?
that's what we just voted on,
So moved.
for that purpose.
All right,
We
okay,
can't do it without the money.
right,
But yeah, it's right.
all right, so that passed.
Yeah.
So what I
If you
will
want, if you
do,
want to make it to specifically
motion.
accept the money, so moved.
Yeah,
Okay, second.
yeah,
okay,
All
okay.
in favor?
Aye.
okay.
It's unanimous, Secretary.
So I will contact Marie Gabriel tomorrow and say yes. Then I will start getting in touch with Trish and talk to her and say what we want to do for that, and we'll get the ball rolling,
Yeah.
on it this year.
All right, that
If you want, I'll
sounds
go
like
up
good
and
news.
talk to Mike about the easement, because that would come under the Water or Sewage Department, so it'd be under
Sure.
DPW.
That's
I'll
fine.
ask him about easement on that side, if there's
Talk to him,
a
that's
possibility
great.
of us using it, you know?
That's wonderful. So
Because
if
we
can
need to get somebody's agreement.
Yes,
This thing go plowing.
Well, as far as you mentioned the sewer line easement, which is also the power lines,
Yeah.
that's I believe that's an easement across the private property, so it's still the private property owner.
Right.
But yeah, start with Mike to see what he has to say.
Right, so that, you're saying the power company can't say okay, but the property owner's gonna say okay.
I would imagine.
Well, we start with the guys
Yeah.
that work that deal.
Okay.
I mean, I got power lines, they run rampant over me. I have to go out there and stop them, because they hire out of Maine or
some
something.
work.
They come
They
through
had
and they
some
just
trucks in there
blow
this
through
year.
and, yeah.
What depends on how easements are written too. I mean,
That's what I was getting
I mean,
at,
you
yeah.
can, there may be right of access to do work for the power lines, but this would be outside that type of a specific.
okay,
Okay, very good. That's
thank
good.
you.
Well, thank you, Tom.
Yeah, good work on that.
All right.
I just didn't want us to vote to turn Tom loose. We'd have a fishing tournament going on. someday.
No fishing.
$35,000 boat for him to go get bass.
Actually,
Pull a couple of weeds out here and there, huh?
actually, if we could get some boats running up and down the river, that wouldn't be
do a
the
big
worst
deal.
thing for
They
it.
would cut up the weeds and they'd keep floating
Right.
down river.
That's what Lamo always, that's what Lamo said. He said if they did the damn races going on up and down there with the hydroplanes and stuff like that, he'd clean the river. Oh.
Thank you all very much.
Third and last one, results of investigation into Massachusetts Environmental Trust grant proposal.
That, I contacted Stephanie Hall, who worked as a town manager, and I attached the the proposal deadline, which, come and gone, but at least give it insight for next year.
Well, that's what I was saying about these grants. They
Yeah.
pop up and everybody goes, oh, well, we can get some money. No, you have to have a plan. You have to be able to say, this is what we have, this is what it'll cost.
Now, for this, because I mentioned, well, Trish from the Conservation Commission, also, she contacted her, and Trish said she'd love to be involved in any meetings. The problem I see is there's a $50,000 maximum, which is not making a big dent on your sediment removal
No.
project.
It could be
I got the
for
quote,
Porsche.
3 to 4 million. But yeah,
Yeah, it's not enough.
that's what they said.
No, it may be 3, but I'm thinking that if we get one of these, if it contracts to one of the gravel companies, that,
Uses the
part of the
sediment.
contract would be to take the sand and be able to resell it. I bet it would come in
Tom
a
and I
lot
went up to
less.
Burns.
Yeah.
Tom and I went up to
Take it
Burns,
out.
I had samples. When they pulled the samples, they gave me a bucket of the sample, and it was clean. We had the pedigree. It was clean, no contaminants. And they said they'd take all we had up at Burn.
Can we
And he
get
said
10
he'd talk to the
million?
guy over in Lakeville because he thought it was fine enough that they could use it in their plant.
Yeah, well,
so
that's
there's 2 businesses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was
If the
going to go
business-
down to the Cranberry experimental station and see if they
That
could
was
get
during COVID.
cranberry grows. Yeah, that's what killed that. I couldn't get in to talk to anybody down there. But think of how many cranberry growers they could contact. You want some free sand, good river sand might have some
Yeah.
Yeah,
nutrients in
that's
it
what
or
I'm saying.
whatever.
If the gravel companies can pull it out of there and use it, it might cost a lot less than $3 million.
The problem is Serped likes to go out and do the big thing. I mean, they're redoing everything we did, and they're talking $5 million. They've already thrown a couple $100,000 on damn studies that we already paid for.
I think
So it's crazy.
Burns is a good local company. The other one, I don't know if people have dealt with before, is Ryko, down in
Oh,
South
yeah.
Ryan Bellacco.
Okay.
He is,
Those are the companies that can use this stuff.
Yeah.
he does a lot of things for the community.
Problem is,
He's a
Serped
very-
will not go out and make deals with companies to come in and help. That's
Right.
for the grassroots. That's how we
Right.
got the project done, is asking
So-
for favors, bringing in favors, talking to people we know. That's how we got this thing done to begin with. And
Ryan Bellacco's
Serped
got some
Well,
great,
if they want to if they want us to do everything on the weed removal, then we can go out and do the sediment removal and put in the sandbox crap.
But we need funding for that.
Exactly,
we
yeah.
can't do it ourselves.
We can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking on these grants.
Yeah.
Definitely keep Ryko on that list when.
oh, sure, yeah, any of those companies.
I'd concentrate on the sediment removal and tell Serped that, keep planning their plans and studying their studies.
He's got an incredible volume of equipment. The other thing is, I don't know if you noticed the striped bass conservation license plate. Now, I don't see a lot of those out there, so I don't know.
Down to KPC.
Money might be in that fund, but those funds were specifically aimed at the diadromous fish for river. That money's available for river herring work, specifically. So, again, we're not talking sometimes enough, but it comes to the Eco Harvester project. If
Yeah, that's something that would dovetail with that, I would
It's
think.
better than a poke in the eye, It's better to have something going on
Yeah.
than nothing. But certainly, there's going to be a limit on funding availability. But again, they need the details, so this is something I told Stephanie I'd be contacting them again in January, and we'll see what's evolved since then. But
Okay.
she was very helpful, and she's in touch with Trish from Conservation Commission, and I think she'll be to expand our network a little bit, because I just don't think,
The other,
great group here, but we can only do so much. We got to recognize our limitations and.
the other thing is, if we can ultimately expand it, if we can get either from the Freitas land or Standish land, or just on the other side of Vaughan Street, if we can get them involved somehow. I know the water came into Standish's land because I took Heron home, had him in his pond there, and they all left when there was a flood. So I know the river and his land
Yeah.
is very close to the
Very
water
close,
table
yeah.
itself. So
Yeah.
There's also the state land,
Yeah.
agricultural land they have behind Standish.
I'd stay away from there. That's where all the poop lagoons are.
Oh, okay, from the hospital?
Down on the lower part of the field. That's where they had all their lagoons. That's some scary areas. In fact, when they were surveying out there, Art had to go out there and warn them. He was afraid one of the guys was going to walk into it and go in over his head. Because there's all sludge and crap down there.
Never heard that.
Oh, yeah. That was all
Anything
from
else on
the...
that, Bruce?
That was, I think, as you can see, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen this year, but I would definitely keep this in the file as a resource.
Every time I get one of those notices, I send it out, so,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, should be good.
I'm on everybody's
Thank you.
list for some strange reason.
Yeah,
Right, communications and bills?
Yes, communications and bills. For some reason, the Middleboro Gas and Electric Company hasn't been giving us an electric.
Still. Oh, wait, this is like the gas company in these other towns.
Well, this has been going on since April, I'm going to say, April. So we didn't get a bill in April. May, I'm not sure. I know we got a bill that I just paid recently. And I would publicly like to thank Franny Cass from the Park Department because they paid our bill in April.
That's funny.
Unfortunately, it got mixed in with their, I guess from what Giselle told me, there's a pile. They pay 6 or 8 electric bills.
Our bills are nothing.
So publicly, I'd like to thank Franny.
But that's funny. I had to go to his bosses to a meeting to get our money back once.
We did pay for our electric bill
not as much personally, but out of his.
out of his money because it got thrown in with all his
Yeah,
paperwork.
yeah,
But I want to publicly thank him.
That's funny.
And secondly,
I was going to jokingly make a motion to send a letter to the electric company thanking them for their generosity.
and the next thing is, this year, you know how our herring money has been carried over every year?
Yep.
This year, we have to write a letter
Okay.
to carry over those 2 accounts, Doc.
Didn't we always?
Okay, I forgot if we did it
Yeah,
last
we
year.
wrote a letter. I might have to meet them.
When does that have to go out? Oh, June 30th is the end of
July
the town's
1st is the start of the fiscal year.
fiscal
So
year, yeah.
She would like the letter by July 12th.
Okay.
I know it's not much, but just,
Print up the old one, change the date, and get it out there.
I'll figure it out.
these are the 2 accounts.
July 12th deadline.
I'd say to both Middleborough and Lakeville.
And I just haven't had a chance to get to Lakeville. Tomorrow's Thursday.
So I just
I
have
will
to do
get,
Middleborough.
yeah, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna go to the Lakeville Town Hall tomorrow and make sure, because we
Not
have
off the hook.
a new select board and everything else. I don't know what's going on. We have a new town accountant also. We have a new.
Just go in face to face.
So I will go in and I'm sorry. I just
That's okay.
haven't had a chance.
Tom,
I've
we
been
cut you a lot of slack.
walking around in the
No,
mud lately.
I'm the guy we didn't have a meeting last month because of me, so I'm.
I don't even.
We meant to thank you.
We don't even consider that. Tom.
Yeah,
I come all the way down from New Hampshire to go to a meeting and nobody's here. I'm going back up again.
Make a motion to request both Middleborough and Lakeville carry over those funds.
Yes, thank you very
need a
much.
second.
I'll second.
Need a second by Ron. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you, Dave. And how'd you do on all your information recovery? You managed to
I got most of it.
Oh, wow.
From
I
the
lost
people over in...
Can I ask you,
I lost
did you ever
about-
buy a computer from him?
Well, 1 second, 1 second.
Oh,
Well,
All in favor
Yeah.
through,
Yeah, let's, one thing at a time.
adjourn?
To adjourn?
Adjourn, yes.
okay. Okay, yes. Aye.
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 All right.
Aye.